Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is great to see you, Karen. I've been thinking about you guys all week. No, it's true. I have a little bit, but I have. I've been keeping up, just watching you guys on social media and seeing some of the things that happened while I was gone. And I look forward to kind of hearing what your week was. I know there's been some big events. I saw enrollment. I saw new students like Maria Cano making a comeback and Javier, and so that's just really cool. And then Anthony, met him today. I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to just share with you guys the most recent events. And so today, that's really what I want to do. I just want to connect with you guys. I want to share with you guys a little bit, and give you some of the highlights. And then hopefully, as the week goes by, I kind of hear what's going on with you guys. All right. But the last thing you guys heard from me, what did you guys remember? What do you remember? I got married, right? Which is a pretty big deal, right? Yeah. So today I'm asking myself, and I want to communicate this, right? Is now what? Right? Now what? So today, this is the title of my talk. Now what? What to do after the best week of your life? Right? What do you do after the best week of your life? And so I was thinking about this, and I was saying, you know what? All of you will be here if you haven't already been here. There's going to be a week of your life that you're going to consider the best. I don't know when it is. Maybe it's already happened. Maybe it was the first week at Cloud and Fire, right? Or maybe it's going to be the week of graduation, right? That could be the best week of your life, right? Or maybe it's just a future event, the week that you buy your house, the week that you get married, the week that maybe you have, Ramiro, your first of 20 children. Because Ramiro, you seem like you're going to be a father, right? So I don't know what that will be for you, but for me, I'm coming off of the best week of my life, so now I'm asking myself, now what? What do you do? What do you do after you get married and enjoy some time? So I want to just share a few pics of what made this the best week. Starting off with on last Saturday, Elsie and I had a wonderful ceremony, okay? So, all right, so we had a wonderful ceremony. It was way more than we had ever dreamed up. It was just absolutely perfect, and we got to share it with like almost 300 of our closest friends and family. 300. Just 300, and it ended with worship, and it was beautiful, and that's me giving hallelujah that I am married, and so super excited, super beautiful. That was just the beginning of an amazing week, because biblically, I don't know if you guys know this, but biblically, one is not married, right, until there is some lovemaking. And so after the ceremony, we ended up in Pasadena.
Keep this G-rated, bro.
So the next picture.
I'm afraid to turn the slide now.
Is that right? So after a beautiful ceremony reception, we spent the evening at this beautiful hotel in Pasadena. It's gorgeous. It's one of those places where I would probably never stay again because it's pretty fancy. But we got to enjoy it, and so this is after the first night of passion. Sorry guys, I'm giving you guys all the details. Right. It's part of what made it.
I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Right. But this love that we had for each other, it couldn't remain in Pasadena, guys. And so next picture, we took our love to the island of Hawaii. That does look like a Photoshop background, huh?
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I wasn't here, guys, is because the staff here were kind enough, absolutely. The staff here was kind enough to allow me to take an entire week, and that's such a blessing, to be able to just take a week and celebrate. So we did our honeymoon in one of the islands of Hawaii. Has anyone ever been to Hawaii? It was my first time. right? Anyone ever been to Hawaii? Okay, a few of us have. We went to the most north island. There's 5 main islands of Hawaii, and one of them is called Kauai. Kauai, right? And Kauai is this beautiful. They call it the Garden State, and it's because it is like, just imagine like Jurassic Park, like that. It's pure, with the exception of dinosaurs and like, like chasing you and you're in a Jeep and all that stuff, right? But actually, one of the waterfalls it's out of the scene from Jurassic Park. So this landscape, guys, this island is so beautiful. It's so green, and everything, whatever wants to grow, grows except for marijuana. Right? So it's just green, and everywhere you drive, it's beautiful. So we had an amazing time on this island. We obviously rested and relaxed, but we also went for some adventure. So this next picture is a picture of that. I know, amazing bicep. I know, right? Just kidding. This island is also known for this canyon, and so everyone know of a famous canyon in our country. The Grand Canyon, right? I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I hope to go. This isn't the Grand Canyon, but they call it the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. And so this small island that's only 32 miles in diameter it has this huge canyon that you can actually drive up to and look down. And guys, when you're a place like this, you try to capture it with pictures, you try to capture it with video and things like that, but every time you watch that picture, every time you see that video, it doesn't do it justice. Have you guys ever had that experience?
Yeah.
Where you're at a place and you're like, man, this is amazing, and you try to capture it because you want to show it on Instagram, but it just doesn't do justice. So this view right here is a breathtaking view. It is amazing how this looks in person, and it's so huge. This is like a little piece of it, right? And so we're up about 3,500 feet above sea level, right? And so we went on this hike and took some fun pictures and did some fun things. And to be very honest with you, I was very uncomfortable at the top of this mountain because I'm scared of heights. And she was just running around like skipping, and I was like, oh, very comfortable. So that's me just pretending to be cool. I was pretending to be cool. And so that was part of the adventure. We went on these hikes, we ate really good food, and it was just really awesome. And one of the cool surprises was that we got to hang out with a bunch of chickens and roosters. Right? Yeah. No, it's really funny. So the island of Kauai in 1992, there was this hurricane, and it blew over a bunch of like chicken coops. And so there are hundreds, if not thousands, of chickens and roosters all throughout the island. Just imagine when you go to Santa Monica and you have all the pigeons.
No chicken.
Yeah, replace those with chickens, right? And so it's really cool. They're actually beautiful. Like the roosters are magnificent.
They're wild chickens?
They used to be domestic, but now they've just allowed them to just exist on the island, which is really cool. And so last picture. At the end of the day, we're celebrating marriage, and so now, how awesome is that, right? Ilsen and I get to enjoy this journey together. And so this last week, for sure, best week of my life. And so now what, right? Now what? What do you do? How do you top this? What's next for us, right? So I just want to share maybe like 3 thoughts with you. Hopefully I can expound on them because I do have some time here. But I have now, at 33 years of age, have understood the seasons of life, right? And you guys heard me share that. The last time I spoke to you, I said, hey guys, we're in the season of joy and I'm celebrating, but I haven't always had seasons of joy and celebration. I've shared that there has been past disappointments and past discouragements, and there's been even boring seasons in life, right? And so I know, after living 33 years, that this life is about seasons, right? And one thing that I loved about Kauai, and I was telling Ilsen about this, is it is an island of peaks and valleys. It really is. Like you have these beautiful peaks, but then you have these really deep valleys. And it really kind of was symbolic of my own journey and hers as well. And I really think it's common to man that we all go through highs and lows, right? Well, in the Bible, in the book of Ecclesiastes, there's this man who was known for wisdom. Do you guys remember his name? What was the man of wisdom? He was known as the most wise person to ever live. Not Solomon, right? Solomon. He was really wise, but Solomon actually, when he was given the opportunity to ask God for anything, what did he ask for? He asked for wisdom. And so this guy Solomon, he was known for wisdom. He actually wrote the book of Proverbs, which is a book on wisdom, right? On wisdom. But he also wrote this book called Ecclesiastes, and in that he says there is a season for everything. A season to laugh and a season to cry, right? And so I take that as truth. There is a season, guys, in your life for everything. There will be a season of hardship. There will be a season of boredom. And I believe that all of you have to look forward to, if you're not already experiencing, a season of victory, like Victoria, right? A season of celebration, a season of excitement, a season of adventure, right? And so with all that, I take, well, now what? I understand that I'm in a season of celebration, but I also understand that that could change, and that marriage is challenging, and that this life is not guaranteed, right? And so, what do I do? Now what? How do I respond? Well, I want to give you two P's, right? And that's why I brought my cup here. This is actually a P. You guys see it? So anytime you see me drinking this cup, I want you guys to remember about some of these things that I want to share. All right, the first P, right? The first P is this, is that no matter what season I'm in, what do I do after the best events of my life is I focus my heart on the person, right? I focus my heart on a person, and that person is Jesus. So no matter what, in whatever season I'm in, my focus, the focus of my heart, the focus of my worship, right, will always be on a person, and that person is not myself, it's not Ilsian, it's not you guys, I'm sorry, right? It's not Donald Trump, right? It's not Kanye or Katy Perry, right? This person is greater than all those people, myself included, and that's Jesus Christ. I focus on the person of Jesus Christ. That's my first P. Doesn't matter if I just got off the plane from Hawaii or I finished grading some algebra tests. Doesn't matter the season, right? My first P is I focus on the person of Jesus Christ. The next P, right, it's that I focus my mind, right? First is my heart on the person of Jesus Christ. The next P is I focus my mind on the purpose of God. I focus my mind on the purpose of God, right? Heart on the person of Jesus Christ, but my mind is on the purpose of God. Well, you might be asking, what's that purpose? Do you guys feel like you know what your purpose for this life is? That is a big question. What is your life's purpose? That's huge. And some of you may have discovered that. Some of you are discovering it. But I believe that we've all been created for the same purpose. I'm one to stand here and boldly say that we cannot just create our own purpose. I believe that we were created with a purpose, right? And Jesus speaks of this purpose. He says, this is the focus of the commands. This is God's will, that you would love God, and that you would love people, right? And so for me, my purpose is always that. My purpose is always loving God and loving people. Loving God and loving people, right? And so loving God, I mean, that's focusing on Jesus, and that's always having or seeking a relationship with Him, that's always doing things that honor Him. But the main expression of that is how I love people. So no matter what season I'm in, if I'm coming off the plane from Kauai or if I'm grading algebra papers, right, my purpose is to love God and love people. And so that's extended to you guys. That's the good news for you. If you're like, Carlos, none of this really applies to me, well, it does, because my purpose in life is to love you. Right? And you're like, ooh, that's weird, Mr. Carlos. I don't want your love. Well, it's the kind of love that is always seeking out the best for you, right? So when I say love people and I think of you, I think of man, I am going to always do my best to encourage you. So when I see you in the morning, Cindy, I'm going to say, hey, good morning, and nice hair. Right? That's building you up. When I see Dennis and maybe he looks a little tired, I'm going to go and say, hey, Dennis, how you doing? Give me a high five. Just try to wake him up. When I see Ramiro, I said, Ramiro, you are the man. Right? And you will father a nation. Right? Or maybe it's not so encouraging in the sense of how we see it. Maybe it's like, Oscar, why are you coming late again?
Okay.
Right? Oscar made it on time today. But it's to come along, Oscar, and encourage him in doing something right. Right? It's saying, Chris, look, man, you keep messing up. Now you got 2 weeks detention. Right? And so that might be like, hey, that's not loving. And it actually is. Because if I let Chris live his life, he's going to wild out. He's going to get off track. But if I discipline him lovingly, then I'm loving him. And so, no matter what season I'm in, my call is to love others. Right? And so I believe that for you guys, if you ground yourself in truth, no matter what season you're in, guys, you can do all these things. You can set your heart on the person of Jesus, and you can focus your mind on the purpose of God, which is to love Him and love people.